Hello Virgo, this is your astrology forecast for June and also applies if you're Virgo rising or Virgo moon. And the first thing to tell you is that your ruler Mercury goes retrograde on the 7th of this month until the 2nd of July. Now the retrograde starts off in your 11th house in Cancer, joined by Jupiter here in the 11th house. So really good time to reevaluate your friends, your social scene, the organisations that you belong to, the people that you associate with. Maybe you want to make some changes there. Maybe you also want to communicate to a wider audience, and it's time to research how you can get the word out more. Maybe you want to blog or do videos or talk about your profession or share or teach, but you want to reach more of an audience. With this Mercury retrograde, it will be a wonderful time to do a lot of research as to how to accomplish that. And maybe go to a talk or something inspiring, or give something, or plan on giving some talks of your own. After the 18th of the month, it goes backwards further into Gemini, joining the Sun, which is in this 10th house for the first 3 weeks of the month. And here, this is a good time, Virgos, to reevaluate your career, your work, the people in your workplace. Now, with Mercury retrograde, there could be miscommunications or a misunderstanding connected with work. So make sure that any important paperwork, you've got it in writing, you've made good notes, you've kept good records. But it would also be a good time for doing some research with the people that you work with, studying with them, doing something where you're involved in teaching and sharing information. And it would also be a very good time to reevaluate what you want to achieve in your career. Where are you going? To reassess the direction. Do you feel appreciated in what you're doing? Are you feeling excited enough about what you're doing? This Mercury retrograde slows down the mental processes. I never think it's quite as bad for Virgos as it is for Geminis, because Geminis, their mental processes are so active all the time. That isn't to say that yours aren't, Virgo, but what you love is an opportunity to get things in order. And I think that that's what this Mercury retrograde in your 10th house is going to enable you to do. Now on the 13th of June, we've got a full moon in playful Sagittarius, and it's happening in your 4th house here. So this full moon, Virgo, is shining a light on how you view your security. Have you made some plans for those of you at that type of age for retirement? Are you making plans for what is it that makes you feel secure? It's shining a light as well on your home, your family. It's be a lovely time to be with people who you feel close to. It doesn't have to be family, it could be friends who feel like they're family. It's also shining this full moon on your home. Do you want to relocate? Do you want to move? Is it time to move? Have you got itchy feet? I mean, after all, you are a mutable sign, Virgo, so maybe it's time to make a move. And this full moon here could be a catalyst for this happening. For the first 3 weeks of the month, we've got the Sun shining a light at the top of your chart for you. So this could be some good things connected with work. Maybe somebody really helping you in the work area, or you shining at work and getting noticed. And also a very good time for setting some work goals, what it is that you want to achieve in your work area. And if you don't know, then this would be a good time for starting to maybe brainstorm it and write down and journal some ideas that come to you. After the 22nd of the month, this Sun moves into your 11th house. A lot happening between the 10th and the 11th this month in terms of the transits. Joining Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer, and Jupiter always enlarges whatever it touches. So here, this Sun is enlarging the people you associate with. Are they uplifting to you? Do you feel as though they're giving you energy, or are they draining you? Because the Jupiter will accentuate whatever's happening. So the friendships that aren't working, you're going to see them more clearly now towards the end of the month. Friendships that are, that too or you'll be able to expand on them. You'll be able to grow these friendships. And it's a wonderful time for connecting with new people with whom you share common interests. And on the little bit later in the month, Venus changes sign, but for the first 23 days, Venus is in your 9th house. Wonderful time for taking a trip, for planning a trip, anywhere that just makes you feel as though it's going to give you pleasure. Anything that involves giving you pleasure and going overseas, perfect with this. And you could meet an interesting foreigner. Could be a romantic foreigner, or it could be a friend foreigner that you meet en route or on your travels. And also a wonderful time for studying something that you enjoy. Then from the 24th of the month onwards, this Venus comes into your 10th house and brings to you maybe somebody helpful in your career, somebody who wants to help you in the workplace. And it can also bring you popularity at work, or popularity in the public eye. The 25th to the 28th of June, we have an exact opposition of Uranus and Mars. Of course, we're still under the influence of this grand cross, although I have to say it somewhat lightens a little next month when Jupiter changes sign, which is exciting, to the middle of next month. But meanwhile, this opposition, Uranus and Mars opposite each other, these are the fighting planets. These are the planets that say, you're wrong, I'm right. So it only happens every couple of years. But for these 3 days, take some deep breaths if something upsets you. Just try to withdraw from a situation rather than reacting, because reactions are probably going to be quite hot during those few days. Now on the 27th of June, we've got a new moon in Cancer, joining the Jupiter and the Sun here in your 11th house. So again, the 11th house being triggered, and the 11th house is all about the people you associate with, the influence that you feel these people have on you and you on them. It would be wonderful for any new beginnings you want to do in a team, work with a network of people, join some new networks, investigate some new networks that you could join that will be exciting for you, where you could maybe spread a word or spread a message, because very much our social networks, our networking, it's getting stronger and more powerful. And for you this month, you're going to get an opportunity really to connect with some amazing people. So really go for that, Virgos. Could be a very exciting month ahead. So there you have it. I wish you a great month. Thank you to those of you who subscribe, comment, share. You might want to subscribe for my free newsletter, or if you'd like to come for a reading, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.